So once again, I guessed and checked around until I got to pretty darn close, $16,001. And that happened in 14 years and 0.2, which would be about March. Anyway, let's turn the page over and we'll talk about the last thing, which is how to find it given a set of data. Now, so instead of given a scenario where we have a start amount and and different values, well, let's say that instead we've got a list, right? So in other words, we have our zero term, right, which is where we start. Then we have our first term and our second term. Now, and the way we find this constant ratio, so finding the start amount is easy, right? Because when x or the n or the input value is 0, this is going to be my start amount. So I'll call this f of n equals, my start amount is 8. Okay. Now, what's a little bit trickier is finding that constant ratio or the number that you're multiplying by. Okay. Well, but it's not really, because you divide the nth term by the n minus 1 term, or any term by the previous one. That's all that means. So here's this term right here. We're going to divide it by the previous one. So we're going to say 12 divided by 8. And when I do that, I'm going to get 1.5. And if I look at this one, this term, and divide it by the previous term, then I'm also going to get 1.5. And if I kept going on, this number would be 27. And if I took 27 and divided by 18, that would also be 1.5. So my equation would be f of n equals 8 times 1.5 to the n. And you could put an x there too if you want. Now I'm going to make a secret one off to the side here. Okay, so here's my secret one. So I've got 0, 12, 1, 9, 2, 6.75, and 3 is 5.0625. Now, let's look at this. So it's going down, right? So my start amount, once again, is going to be 12, because that's my 0 term. And then I'm going to take 9 and I'm going to divide it by 12. So let's go in here and see what that ends up being. 9 divided by 12. And I get 0.75. Then we'll do the next set. 6.75 divided by 12. And wait, 6. Let's look at my table. 6.75. Oh, divided by 9. Sorry. And I get 7.75 because I got to divide it by the previous one, not there. And I could even do this one, 5.0625 divided by 6.75. And that all of these equal 0.75. So that's my constant ratio that I'm going to put right there. And then I'm going to say to the x. Okay. Let's do one more just for fun. And here's my table. Here's my table, and we're looking at this one, number 1 here. And so my first value is 0 is 20, 1 is 22, 2 is 24.2, and 3 is 26.62. Okay? So once again, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to take any term, 22, and I'm going to divide it by the previous term. And I'm going to get 1.1. And then I'm going to check it again by saying 24.2 divided by 22, 1.1. And 26.62 divided by 24.2 is also. So this equation would be y equals 20 times 1.1 to the x. Oh, well, I already wrote these two, but anyway. So for homework, I want you to do pages 4 and 5, and well, actually, we'll do those in class. Talk to you later.